Public pressure is building in East Lansing tonight as community members once again call for the resignation of Police Chief Jennifer Brown. This time they're using a billboard to send their message. News 10's Riley Connell joins us in studio with more.
Yeah, and that's right. And you can take a closer look at that billboard. It's on the screen next to me here. It arrived on Tuesday, and it comes after several nonprofit and community groups raised concerns about recent comments by Chief Brown and what they say are discriminatory actions by the East Lansing Police Department. The people behind the billboard tell me this public display is a demand for accountability and transparency.
News cycles and TikToks and radio, they come and they go. Billboards are there to stay.
This particular billboard is hard to miss if you're heading down East Kalamazoo Street. It shows a picture of East Lansing Police Chief Jennifer Brown and a statement she made back in October suggesting minorities are coming to the community and committing crimes. Nadia Sellers is a member of the recently formed Citizens for Justice group, which purchased the billboard.
We tried to work with the city on retracting the statement, on apologizing.
Brown issued an apology following her remarks, saying she offers her deepest apologies for unintentionally offending members of the community she serves. The city has not issued an official statement, citing pending litigation. Sellers says Brown must resign, not only because of her comment, but because of how East Lansing officers handled an incident during Michigan State University's Welcome Week last year. She claims her son and his friend, who are both young black men, were racially targeted, pepper sprayed, and wrongfully arrested.
This is going to make them take a pause and go, what did she say? Where did she say that? And start looking more into it.
The Lansing chapter of the NAACP is also calling for Brown's resignation. President Harold Pope has voiced concerns about Brown's comments at several city council meetings.
It puts a target on the backs of minorities. It emboldens the police officers to address minorities more aggressively.
Sellers says she wants to see real accountability from the city.
If I made comments like that, I would be fired. If you made comments like that, you would be fired. Even if you made them in private, she made those comments in public.
I did make several attempts to reach the East Lansing Police Department, the city manager, and Chief Jennifer Brown to get their comments on the billboard, but have not gotten a response back yet. Back to you, Ann.
Riley, thank you. East Lansing police dropped their charges against the two men who were pepper sprayed and arrested over Welcome Week. However, those men have since sued the department for allegedly violating their civil rights.